Hi guys, I'm here with Pete Malicki.
Hello.
Cool. So Pete, give me your elevator pitch about your artistic career in 20 seconds or less.
Okay, so I started as a writer. I wrote a few books, and then I wrote a play and ended up fluking a win of a nationwide play competition. I got involved in the theatre world there. I started volunteering at Short and Sweet Sydney, the world's largest play festival. And after a few years, I actually took over running that festival. From there, I broadened out and started directing, producing, working as a literary manager, editor, teacher, a few other things like that.
What is a big mistake that most artists tend to make with their careers?
Not taking the reins of their own careers. So actors, for example, very often think that if they get an agent, the agent is going to do everything for them. But the truth is that an agent should only be a supplement to your career unless you're at the top level where they're getting you big movies or regular parts in TV shows. So really taking the reins and taking control of your own career is just a critical way of addressing that.
What is one simple thing that artists can do within the next week or so that will have a significant impact?
So most artists are really good at what they do. They're good at acting or directing or writing, but they're just not that great at getting their work in front of an audience. So for me, it would be going and enrolling in a business skills course or project management or something along those lines to help them get the other skill set that they need to get their work in front of people.
Do you think artists should focus on one area or do many things at once?
It's an interesting question. I think some artists can afford to specialise and just do one thing. If you're a dancer in a troupe and you're doing touring work, or a musician in a symphony, something like that. But the reality is that most artists don't get enough work. And so if they want to make a career just from working in the arts, they need to diversify their skill set. So with my bio, even though I'm quite successful as a writer, I've won a few awards, I am not making a living from writing at all. And I had to diversify and work in all of those other areas so that I could pull together enough money to make a living.
What are some of the traits in artists that you like to work with?
Funnily enough, the first thing that I look for is personality. If I'm going to be directing a play, for example, I don't want to enter into a relationship with someone that's going to last for months if they're going to annoy me or if we're not going to get along. So when someone comes into the audition room, I want to really like them, I want to get along, but I also want them to be professional, to be on time and to be committed, to work hard, to bring ideas to the table, but not to get upset if those ideas don't get used, that kind of thing. Nice people with professionalism is all I go for.
Do you think artists should utilise the internet more?
That's a really interesting question. So when the internet became popular, it decimated a few industries. The book industry, the music industry completely changed. You had Apple, who never sold a single CD, suddenly become the biggest music retailer in the world. And I think that artists haven't yet jumped on board with the internet and the opportunities that it provides. A really obvious example is YouTube. You can get a smartphone or a webcam or a cheap camera and basic editing software, and you can put together content that gets millions of views. This is an opportunity that just did not exist a few years ago. So thinking about YouTube, podcasts, blogs, other ways of getting in front of an audience. The internet's also a really great opportunity to promote yourself, to have a website or a social media presence, and to do networking, to meet people who used to be inaccessible, who you can now reach by going onto their LinkedIn page or finding their contact details on a website or connecting on social media.
Great. And lastly, what is one tip that you would give to an emerging artist?
I think to solidify what I've been saying, it would be to go and enroll in that small business skills course or that project management course, and to think about the business side of show business and really nailing that.
Great. Thanks for that, Pete.
No worries.
See you guys later.
Ciao.
Bye.